our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our life. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. Anyone that say you cannot enjoy your life is a joker. Anyone that is praying or expecting for bad thing to happen to you, especially when you are woke African, that person is just joking. It's like that person kicking at nails. They are hurting themselves because you can't be woke or like so if you somebody that don't believe in God, you must be a great person, and you will see you'll be treating people better than religious people treat others. Before I continue with this, something happened today. You know, last night it started snowing. It was snowing heavily last night, and early in the morning it ice began to fall. So all cars were covered, all that. So I was like, anyway, if I go, I will just open a spot in the front shield, just for me to see to drive to work. Getting down there, my car is all cleaned, cleaned up, right? Say, wow. So the super, he said, you owe me $50 for cleaning your car. I thought he was joking. I said, wow. So he's the one that cleaned it. I said, do you know why I've been living in this place since 2020, right? He never done that for me. Okay. But I see him as somebody that is quiet. I don't know whether he's religious or not. So I don't know. The only time I goes to him is when I want to, give him my rent check. So so I begin to think it. I said, okay, because last week when he came to change one of the bulbs here, so he saw that I was watching a atheist show in the television, on the television. Then he said, "Oh, he's an atheist." Man, we had conversation that day, so we began to talk and all that. So now it's like I gain another brother like that who is not a believer, who is not one that worship any god or believe in any god. And you see what he did, which I will still say to him, of course, that such thing gives me, that joy. Like when I see people doing something, not because God will bless them, not because of any reward or something like that, but they just do it because you are sharing. Believers do that among themselves. That's the purpose of tithes and offering in the church. That's the purpose of all those gatherings they're doing and raising money. The purpose is they're helping one another now. If they have connection, they give you connection. The only problem they have is like they're ascribing it to God. They're ascribing their efforts and sources to God, and they're ascribing their efforts and failure to Satan or devil, which none of them have seen. So I'm happier that I have somebody in America now I can be relating with. I think we can also go in places and all that. He's a white guy, okay? But I don't know, either Italian. I said either he's Italian or those. He's a nice guy, okay? So you are welcome, Amade and Lucky. You are welcome. So I'm sharing with us that what I titled, I am not like my father. I am not my father. So when Jesus said in the Bible, I and my father are one, it's a lie. When Jesus said in the Bible, he who seen me have seen my father, it's a lie. Okay, and I will use the Bible to show you for those of you that say no, it's wrong. You have to be like your father. But a Christian that say that is crazy because you say Abraham is your father. You when you say Abraham is your father or God is your father, you are insulting your father, your real father, because God is not your real father. Abraham is not your real father. Your real father is the one that gave birth to you with your mom. That's your real father. Any other father is fake. Even if you call me your father, it's fake. I'm not. The only person that can call me his or her father is my own child or my own children. I am not your father. I cannot be your father if I am not your father. It doesn't matter how you try to justify it or say it, but this the way they raise us in confusion that we end up believing confused things and asserting them as truth or facts or truth to live by. That's wrong. Okay, so I am not my father. I am not like my father. Because some of you will think, oh, you inherited some curse or some blessing from your father. It's a lie. Your father have his own life to live, and you have your own life to live. So you are not like your father. One of the havocs of Christianity in Africa is that it taught parents to have selfish plans and desires for their children. And most times, those parents will not even try 1% of that thing they want their children to do. So they born their children as their slave, raise them as their slave. That through this one I will have this, through this one I will have that. And they get disappointed when that child go the opposite direction. They hate it. And they wish bad thing or evil thing happen to even their own child. Remember where I think in Isaiah 49, right towards the end, and he said that, can a mother forget or forsake his nursing child? He said she may, because this is the evil of religion. It make you think you are faulty, you are weak, you cannot do certain things. Only God can do it. Yet they cannot show you this God. They said only Him can do that. But you see, it's people always struggling, hustling to do things, to accomplish things. Okay, so this is one of the nonsense they made African, especially the Christian parents, raise their children like that, and expecting they must be this. Oh, you must be a doctor. You must go to school. You must learn that. You must learn that. They don't even care who is that child. Does that what is the potential of this child? All they care about is that child to make them proud. Go and make us proud. They say land and send him abroad to go and make them proud. Okay? But the only thing I'm against, after you sell those lands to send somebody abroad to make you proud, you are claiming it is God. It is God blessing that person. It is God that bless your family. It's not. So Christian parents, you see them have selfish plans and selfish desires for their children, regardless of the condition of their children. They don't care. They don't care all the other. How are you doing? Okay, nah, I call you, blah, 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 blah. This area. I want to go for burial. I need money to buy goat. I need money to bullshit. They never know. Oh, have you paid all your bills? How is life treating you? Blah, blah, blah. They ask you that one in passing just, for formality's sake. But when they begin to table their main reason of calling you, I like the way, I think, what is his name again? This guy, our brother in South Africa, Mr. Oji. I like he asked that question, like, list the people that if you see their missed call, who will you call first? I commented, they are not calling anybody that doesn't drop voicemail. If you call me, I didn't pick up. If what you are calling me is important, then you leave a voicemail. Leave a voice message or text. But some of them, they will say, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say it. So it's like they trick you that, okay, if you call back, yeah, I called because blah, blah, blah. We have this problem, we have that. And most of the time they call you is when they have problem. You that is living abroad, you that is living in a city, how many times have your parents call you and you spend quantity time just discussing life, discussing how things goes and all that? No. It's when they call you, I hope you guys are praying. You're praying hard. How is your wife? How is your children? Make sure they are God-fearing. Make sure your people pray. If you're going out, pray before you go out. If you don't pray before you go out. If that prayer is working, why are you not living with them? Why are you not living with your parents? If prayer works, you have lived with them and prayed, and God will answer prayer. Bless all of you in your village or wherever you are living. But they send you away to go make money, or you find your way to go make money. Then they begin to expect you must do this, you must bring this, you must bring. Oh, I am sick. You send me money. To the same person that taught you from childhood that when you pray, God answers prayer. God can heal. God can raise the dead. God can do this. Yeah, that person need your money. Just like the pastors, they preach to you how powerful their God is. Bring tithe and offering. Bring money. If their God is that powerful, if their God can heal the sick, you shouldn't give them a dime. Let God provide for them. Let's see. A God that cannot provide for pastors cannot heal you. A God that cannot provide for pastors cannot bless you. A God that cannot provide for pastors cannot establish you. The pastors are impostors. They are criminals. They are evil. And that's why they take from you when they claim the Almighty God send them. How can Almighty God send them, but they need a weak you to send them, give them money? Think, my people, and trash all of them. There's nothing they can say and they come to pass in your life. Stop living in that fear. My next message will be about fear. As Fela said, we fear about everything. We fear the air around us. We fear the air in us. We fear of dying, fear of being sick, fear, which we don't supposed to entertain at all. We fear more than animals. Animals don't fear unless they see something, but we don't see something. We dream something, we fear. We see vision, we fear. We see trance, we fear. We'll even look at picture, we fear. And after you claim that you're smarter than animals, did any animal tell you are smarter than them? That you are killing them anyhow because you have weapon to do that doesn't mean you are smarter than them. Even their Bible tell them. He said, what is different between them and the animals? He said, nothing. He said, whether their own spirit goes up or spirit of animals go down. He said, you don't know that. He said, all of you breathe the same way, right? The same thing that happens to you happens to animal. Nothing different. You can build, they can build, because all of us are living beings. We are not animals. Animals are not humans, but we, both of us, or all of us, are living beings. The same breath you breathe is the same breath that animals breathe. Your own is not different. So when you are killing that fish, when you are killing that chicken, or when you are killing that goat, remember, it's the same way. The same way they feel is the same way you feel when you are being killed. The same way. There's nothing make you different or better than a goat or any animal. Nothing. But it's the doctrination, all that nonsense the religion brought up that make you begin to see even your fellow human being as maybe they are lesser than you, or that they will go to hell, you will go to heaven. Bullshit. Imagine the same parents born all of you, but you believe because some of them don't believe the bullshit you believe, they will go to hell, you will go to heaven. Why? You are born by the same parents. And all of you were born by the same parents, yet you say that God created you. When did God create you? You know the parents that born you, or at least that you are alive, is a proof that a man and a woman give birth to you. You are not created. If you are created, your body will not be smooth as it is. When you create something like this. You see how great you are. You see how your body looks. That's why they want you to cover it, so you can see how great your body is. So the only time they want you to see your body is when you are sick or all that. You're supposed to be seeing how great your body is and begin to praise your body, not any God. Your body is powerful. That's why they even use your body parts for rituals. You don't know that. They use it to do powerful things. It's not a spiritual thing. There is nothing spiritual in nature. All that nonsense they spiritualize is to hide the truth from you. If they begin to share the knowledge they have, none of us will be ignorant like that. We will know better. Okay, so these Christian parents, they expect their children, to be providing for them, doing whatever they want, regardless of the condition of their children. So you see many, even parents and children, having that nasty attitude that you must provide for your family, you must provide for us. We are your parents, we are your siblings. You must provide for us. If you don't do that, you are worse than the infidels or the infidels. Remember, Muslim calls unbelievers infidel. Christians call unbelievers or antichrist, or right. But Christians see Muslims as worse. Then if you are from Christian family, you are not providing for them, giving to them. They see you as worse than infidel. Do you get that now? I think it's First Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. That's where it is. And I will read it later. But I'm going to show you more things. So you need to wake up, my people, and stop all those parents' entitlements, siblings' entitlements, family entitlements. No, let them go and reap where they sow. You say, no, they give back to you. That means they say, oh, the rest, you know, they didn't. That's not, I mean, that doesn't mean they sow anything. It's after you grown up, when you're supposed to be established. That's when you will tell me what they did for you. Giving birth doesn't mean they give birth. They use you to brag. You know, I'm not a barren. You know, I'm not impotent. God has blessed me with child. God has blessed me with children. They were bragging about you. They born you. You didn't ask them to born you. They are the one that born you, and they have the reason why they born you. But they forgot that you are living being just like as they are living being. We are in this together. They are not greater than you. You are not greater than them. You and your parents are in the same nature. You and your parents. But I've taught you like, oh, you submit to your parents. Anything that makes you submit to your fellow human being is evil. It doesn't matter who is teaching it, and it doesn't matter how you think is benefiting you. It is evil. Haven't you heard that Allah the land is corrupt? It's for the benefits of those in power, those leaders. That's why the land is corrupt, because if they are doing the right thing, there will be no corruption in the land. But when there is corruption in the land, okay, look at the leaders. We produce them. Providing for my family's sibling is what I cost. Oh, what cost you are done for, right? No, it's truth, especially in Africa. Many people are suffering today because of providing for their family. Because they were raised to put family first. My siblings said the same nonsense to me. They be like, you know, they made meeting with my parents. They be like, oh, you know, when I come to Nigeria, they will never come to me. Let's see how I will survive without family. Imagine. Even if I'm not providing for them, they don't suppose to even think that or say that. That your brother or your sister not providing for the family should not make you to say, okay, we don't have anything to do with him. He says it's not bringing money. None of you were born with money. Especially when it's somebody myself and my immediate brother, and that's why his attitude now, you know, it hurt me so much. This guy traveled abroad before me. He hustled by himself. My parents did not give him a dime. He joined Jasper United all by his own strength. And he did, certain things happened to him that it was supposed to happen to him. Had it been his parents, you know, it was way to do to take care of him. And that thing is permanent in his body now. He knew that himself. I know that also. But see how he turned. Also, the other one, the one he's senior, the Kelechuku, that one also, right from childhood has been, you know, even some people in our village don't know that he's our brother, because you barely see him in our village. Christmas time, you see him in Newi with his friends, in his friend's place. That's where he always spend Christmas. Anytime Christmas comes around, you hardly see him in my village. It's recently, because he's playing soccer, or that's Christmas football championship or game. He's playing it, so at least they begin to know him. I think it's my woman that talked to him to, you know, better stay in the village more than there. But you can see also why some people, when they come, they don't want to stay with their siblings and parents. Because, especially in Anambra State, where we came from, if you don't have money in your family, you are bullshit, you are garbage. If the last born have money, automatically he becomes the firstborn. Your father can give him land. Say, take it, do something. But in my own case, my father did not give any of my siblings land, you know, before he died. I'm alive. I was there. He never called me, say he give this person land or blah, blah. When they tell him to share land, he will say, until I come. Because, I'm the firstborn. And my father know I'm not against him. I was never against my father, except when it comes to my siblings, when it comes to how our family is supposed to be. I tell them, our family don't supposed to be suffering. My parents don't supposed to be suffering the way my father suffered and that, and my mother is suffering now. They don't supposed to. My father, what did they call my father? Omechin Tipu. My father was great, helping other people, fixing their families. They look at his own family. Something has been going on underground. My father sat on it just to please our mother. And that thing has been going on. I tell my siblings, I tell all of them, say, listen, our father is not the problem, it's our mother. I have noticed that when inside she will discuss with my father, tell my father what to do. Then when our father come out to act, because our father is ex-military man, right? Our mother will just pretend and come like, what is going on, blah, 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 blah. That thing that annoy me. And right from time, I don't have that fake appearance. Like, some people know how to smile when they don't supposed to be smiling, and they pretend like all is well when all is not well at all. So that's why it pained me. We hustle. None of my parents did not give me dime to travel abroad, and I never hold anything against my parents. I came to America 2004, and I've been sending money to all my siblings, even till this December 2003. Did I say even till this month we are in January? You can't grow up in Africa or in Igbo land and tell me you don't care about your siblings unless they offend you, that they do something that make you say, you know what? I've met somebody in America here that said he has nothing to do with his family members again, parents and siblings. I say, why? He said, do you know that all the money I was struggling, sending to them, they mess everything up. They did not build what he wanted to be. They did not do what he wanted. And most Christian parents have that mentality, especially when you are living abroad. You say something, they say it's in abroad. Do it your way. They don't want you to come back and leave. Listen, Africans who are traveling abroad, our purpose of traveling abroad is supposed to be to make money for a while and go to live in our land. That's how we can develop our land. But we are not doing that. Go to your village. All that big houses people build, they call it mansion and all that. Who is living there? Cobwebs, rats, lizard. Nobody living there. And those your relations or relatives around you, they don't want you to come back. They want to inherit it, whether you like it or not. They don't want you to come back permanently. They want you to come back as a corpse, dead body. They do your burial. Even before your burial finished, they already started dividing your properties. Yet our people are not thinking. You are in abroad, you're married, have children, have properties there. Yeah, okay, you can have there. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, amen. But you're not coming back here. Yeah, build a house in the village to show money, buy a car for us, do this for us, start business for us. They did not send you abroad. They did not contribute to say, okay, at least use this one to eat something along the way. But after, they said it is their right. I heard that lousy Adobe Okorie, which is digging her own grave, said that I supposed to settle all my siblings with 1 million naira. Do I have it? Yes. Will I do it for them? No. Why? Because everybody's supposed to work for themselves. Even some of my siblings, when asked me to give that, they went and get married. If you cannot take care of yourself, why are you getting married? Oh, for others to be sending you money to marry, sending you money to have children and train your children, and when they make it, God has blessed her. It is God. It is not God. Give praise to that person who is doing that in your family. Give thanks to that person who. Don't go to church for any thanksgiving about your family, because there's no God providing for your family. It must be somebody in your family or somebody that is related to you. The place I built that house in my village, is that land was not originally our land. It was the husband to our father's daughter, our father's parents' first daughter. That's my father's elder sister, the eldest one. The husband bought that land and give it to his in-law. Of course, if you have money, you can spend it, give to whoever you want, help whoever you want to help. But demanding from somebody you did not contribute to his establishment is evil. That you born a child does not qualify you to say, oh, you know, he is the fruit of my labor. No, your child is not the fruit of your labor. Your child is not your fruit of labor. Your children are not your fruit of labor. Stop that nonsense you keep quoting, because you're quoting the nonsense they wrote in the Bible. Hey, he's the fruit of your labor. You know, he must do this, she must do that. That's why you see many of them prostituting, trying to help the family. Yeah, they will curse her and say she's a prostitute when she began to demand. You see, I brought this. Where is it? You see some men, you know, some sell their liver, some sold their liver, some push drug. You know, they did some nasty things or things that they want to do it to wipe away poverty from their family, at least 50%. But guess what? They can deny you, like, you know, say that, no, you didn't do that. You use your money anyhow and all that. And you came, they begin to harass you. They report you to the elders or to the kinsmen. The people they have already bribed will side them. And how many people are on your side? You were helping your siblings and your parents. How about the kinsmen? Those you didn't give. And because your parents and siblings were close to them, do you think they will support you against your parents and your siblings that are closer to them all these years? No. That's one of the reasons, you know, when I go, I stay in the village. Before I built that house in the village, I don't used to stay in the village like that. I stayed in Lagos or Onitsha, and it's a hotel mostly. I like hotel. I like hotel more than squatting in anybody's house. It doesn't matter. Oh, you save money. No. You save money, then you get malaria. You save money, they insult you. You save money, the place is stinking. You save money. No. I stay in a hotel, I pay. Then they service me according to what I pay. And if they don't service me, I'm not like all those Nigerians that are afraid. They see I make noise, I begin to know until they fix that thing or they do that thing. If I pay money, I want to enjoy it. Say you're my twin brother, I'm going through the same thing. Your ungrateful family are treating you. There is no person that is born and raised in Africa that is not experiencing what I'm experiencing, whether you are poor or rich. That's why you see some people who make money now, they travel to their village with policemen. Because you have heard that even parents can plan for your kidnapping or kidnap. Your siblings can plan for your kidnap. You don't know who among your brothers or sisters who will send the kidnappers to kidnap you, collect money and kill you, or collect money and release you. This is happening in Africa. And most of you keep mouth shut, especially you that have traveled, you have seen more better than your siblings and your parents. You keep quiet. You say, let it be. I remember they used to tell me, you know, don't worry, just keep in because some years ago, I said, why should I be sending money? And my mother and my father will be going to church, giving offering and all that. Their families, I tell my mother, your family is supposed to be your church, not Anglican church, not any other church, but your family. That money you are going to give offering for church, use it, give to any of your child. Okay, go buy biscuit, eat. That child, you know, that thing benefits you, that child, you going to church or sending that child to any church, even to school. Think. They claim, although they did not establish you, but all they have is they born you. They said that Adobe, stupid girl, said that I suffered with them. I never suffered with them. I suffered for them. I started suffering in my family very at tender age. I was hawking ice water. You know, when ice water in a Lucozade bottle, that big Lucozade bottle. I used to go to Lois, Miss Lois. They are from Umuchu, Umugam Umuchu. I used to go to their house, Machedu. We they have freezer now. We don't have. So anybody that have freezer that time, they use it to sell pure ice water. Just as some people doing this, they selling pure water today. I used to do that. I hawk akara. Not only I hawk akara for my mother, I also go into Head Bridge where they sell akara and akamo. Ma David and Ma Fam, that shop. My mother and that woman bought that shop and they were selling that. I used to be the one going there. Then as I grow up more, I start the business also doing my mother's business for her. When she go village for August meeting or go to church, I'm the one that be doing it. Is it going to put pot water for her in St. John's Anglican Church for Wednesday prayer? I will carry that, is it 2 gallon or 3 gallon of water, go there and put it at the altar. So after they pray or their prayer in the evening, we go and carry it back and we be drinking it, holy water for healing. I hate religion. With my experience in religion, you think I will go back to God or to Jesus for anything. Even if you put God on my head, come on, blow my head up, let me die and be born again. They demand. Because they are Bible believers. So for those of you that will say, what are you saying? Yo, come, yo, whatever. Welcome to Bible story. Let me start with Zechariah chapter 1. Verse 4. Hear what he says. Before you accuse me saying that I am not like my father. Okay, hear the word of your God about you and your fathers. He said, do not be like your fathers. Okay, so, but you don't believe in the Bible. Why are you believing? No, I don't believe in the Bible. I'm not preaching that I agree with the Bible. No, I'm talking to you. You that will come against me with your Bible. You carry your Bible like this. And then you come to preach to me. You know, what you say is not good. No matter what, he's your father. You have to do this. You have to do that. Okay. Zechariah chapter 1. Then they will call me the devil. Oh, the devil know the Bible. Idiot. How can the devil know the Bible when you are God? Is in charge of everything. You are God supposed to make the devil ignorant and you knowledgeable, not the other way around. The devil know the Bible more than you. When I quote the part of the Bible you don't know, you call me the devil. But when you quote your own, you are God. Do not be like your fathers, to whom the former prophets preached, saying, thus says the Lord of hosts, turn now from your evil ways and your evil deeds. But they did not hear nor heed me, says the Lord, because you are weak. If God actually created people and he said those people did not listen to him, that means that God is weak. He tell me I created you and you can't obey me. So that God created you to disobey him because they said everything is according to his plan. Stupid God. Said, do not be like your fathers, to whom the former prophets preached to. The prophets, that's the missionaries. The prophets, those ministers in church. They preach to your parents. Your parents fear them. Your parents believe them. Your parents treated you according to what these people preached to them. But he said, do not be like your fathers. Another translation said, do not be like your ancestors. I say, wakadia. I'm like my African ancestors and not like my Christian father. Do you hear what I just said? I am like my African ancestors. I am not like my Christian father. I am not like my Christian mother. I am like my ancient African ancestors. And I am the ancestor. It creates the faith family, or the family of faith, or the household of faith. That's why they say if you don't provide for them, you have denied the faith, you have fallen from the faith, and you are worse than an infidel. And that's what being awoke or being awakened does to you. When you wake up, Those things they say you must do, you will stop doing them because you know better now. You are no longer living in fear. Remember, after they taught you the fear of God, the next fear they taught you was fear of parents before fear of death. They tell you your parents is the God you see. That's why after your parents gave birth to you, what did they say? They say God created you. Even some say that the day your mother born you was the day God created you. Then some preach that nonsense. If God created you, you don't need parents. You won't have parents. It's there in your Bible. Adam and Eve were created by God. Who were their parents? Nobody, because they were creatures. They were not living beings. That's why they tell you God breathed and then they became a living soul. I am not a living soul. I'm not a living spirit. I am a living being. I was not created. I was born by parents. Come on, wake up. You must deal with fear in your life. Kill that fear of God. Kill that fear of parents. Oh, your parents can bless you or curse you. It's a lie. That's why I want to marry. I'm seeking for my parents' blessing. For what? Have you seen any goat or any chicken looking for their parents' blessing when they want to fall? You don't need marriage in the first place. Marriage is one of the reasons why Africans are weak. The reasons why Africans are weak today is marriage. Because in marriage, I'm going to take care of my wife. I'm going to take care of my children. I don't want any bad thing to happen to them. So they say, okay, run, you run. Before marriage come to Africa, you dare enter any family to do nonsense. They will show you that, listen, who are you? Who are you in this family? You cannot. But do we have such family again? No. All we have is Christian family, Muslim family, spiritual family, religious family. We don't have African family anymore in Africa. Africa had nothing to do with tribes before. It's family, African family structure. We were not into marriage before. Marriage is slavery. That's why you pay bride price. They buy woman. You're not supposed to buy any woman. Any woman that agreed to be with you, you be together. Any day you disagree, she go her way, you go your way. You want to be with multiple people, partner, of course. It's natural. But they make you weak. You see somebody that used to be doing something well, but now since he married, they begin to push him around because that's why they send their children to church, because they cannot take care of those children at home. So church is one of the places they go for all that distraction, especially when they are living in one room, having many children. They want the children to go there so they can fuck. Oh, the children go to school, you see them. If the man is a taxi driver like my father used to be, there's time he know. In those days, there are no phone. He will come around in the house as if he's coming to race. It's the fuck. And after all that, they say God is blessing us. God is doing this. Look at your family. There's no such thing as work of God in your family. Any work of God in your family is a lie. Any of them. Descend. My parents gave birth to 10 children, but one died stillborn. So we're supposed to be 10, but we are 9 now. And it's like everyone are relating to or doing something with. They have my woman also the same thing with her family. Her parents have 10 children too. Wow. The other marriage that did not work, the marriage that did not work was, they did not have up to 10. So maybe the one that was have up to 10. So maybe I'm your twin brother. Of course, we are Africans. We are family. We are not strangers to one another. We are not neighbors to one another. We are Africans. My parents gave birth to 10 children, and I'm the second born, and my father died 2002 without establishing me, but I hustled to take care of my siblings, and now they are showing me pepper. Men, especially men in Africa, when will you learn this lesson? Even women are beginning to learn their lessons. Before, you can't see a girl or a woman go and live by herself or live with other women, hustling to do something. It's always from their parents' house or to the house of the man that want to marry them, or they go to their sister's house or brother's house. But today you call them hook up, call them prostitutes, all that. No, they are doing all that for the family. That idiot Onyinye, one of my younger sisters, that idiot, there was one December, she cannot go to village because she know when she go there, my father will backmouth her, my mother will backmouth her because she didn't come with money. And she already have a son, so she came with that, so, so you see the thing around. But when she was talking my woman said, I send money. I said I should give her 20,000. Boom! The following morning, she's in the village to collect it. It's the same idiot that is running her mouth against me now. But I promised them, and I'm keeping my promise. I will deal with all of them. Both the dead and the living stand with me against them because I have done what I have done for that family. No one in my level will come and say that they have done more than me. No one. No one. But they thought I was never selfish. My family is one of the reasons why I determined not to be having children. No, because I saw how we were born in poverty and we were raised in poverty. I said, no, I will not have children unless I have something doing. And that's how it happened. When our daughter was born, I was not begging money. I was one of big boys, electrical data and overhead. And I just came home. But the way my own shines, like you would think I've been in Ajalaba for many years. No. Because even before I enter, I know the secret. You must be ready to lie. Stand your ground. Do deals. We call it a core deal. Nah? That's where big money comes out. You can have connection. You see somebody that is rich, okay, connect with them or connect to them. Then they'll be helping you too in business. It's not imagine teaching Igbo man how to make money. It's an abomination. Igbo people, you don't teach Igbo people how to make money before. They make a living and you see them that they're building factories before and all that. Not this nonsense going to China now doing all that bullshit. Do you know when Igbo Made was reigning in Nigeria? When you're talking about trade fairs in Nigeria, when you go there, it's Igbo people displaying their goods. People from all over Africa were going to Onitsha main market. You can think it's all this importation they're doing now. No, it were what Igbo people were building. But look at Igbo people today. All of them is money. The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Nzabu, Nzabu, Enyimba, Enyi. I said, come on, you people should change this song now. Every time Enyimba, Enyi, you are greater than Enyi. Igbo Kenyi, Igbo Abu Enyi. We are not Enyi. We are greater than Enyi. We are greater than elephant. We are not elephant. Since I gave up on Christian beliefs, I can tell you isolation is understatement, of course. Remember, they'll be crying foul like you are the one persecuting them. You are the one against them. Why they are the one against you? I never had meeting. I never call my woman any day, say, see, this my people, I will do that. I never done that. But I was surprised when they had meeting, say that they will never come when I come to Nigeria. I'm the one providing for them. They're not the one providing for me. So who will he hurt? He helped me. He hurt them. That's why I tell them, even the money I'm supposed to be sending to them, I will use it to be dealing with them now. All of them. They made that meeting. I tell them, I stand on the meeting you guys made. But when they see that all their prayers and fasting, all their wish, expectations against me did not work, then that's where, and the death of our father, none of them believe our father will die in the year 2023. Despite, you know how they pray, they do all crossover. This year you will not bury anybody in your family. Amen. Yeah, amen. They buried their father. None of them, I expected them to say, why will our father die this time? The land. Now my mother is fighting for my immediate younger brother as if we are co-firstborns. Like she have two firstborn sons. Excuse me. I'm the only firstborn son. Firstborn, that's firstborn and the first son. I'm not just only firstborn. I'm also first son. No woman is older than me in that family. No man is older than me in that family, except my parents. But look at them. That land, because after I built this house, my father wanted me to build upstairs. I said, no, I'm building downstairs and it will be 6 rooms. So if it were, maybe we contributed money to build that house, It's supposed to be upstairs. That's what my father wanted. But I built what I wanted because I said I cannot hustle. Had it been I built upstairs and this thing happening now, sometimes I say I will use caterpillar and demolish that house, demolish everything in that land. Nobody will live there. I'm an American citizen. I live in America till death if I want to. Even if I'm not an American citizen, I can live any other place. You don't say I must die there. No. After all, we migrated from somewhere to where we are today. How about that land we ran away from? Other people occupying it and they call it Middle East. And we are there. Your God is there, your God is there. Think about it. In Africa, we are suffering. We pray most. We fast most. We holy pass everybody. The Catholics in Africa are more Catholic than the Pope in Vatican. The Anglicans in Africa are more Canterbury than Bishop of Canterbury in England. But look at our condition. Your Pope is in Rome. Your Archbishop is England. Look at how your land is. Then during December, when they use caterpillar to grade the road, our place is like London. It's like London now. Oh, idiot. Which London? Some of you get sick after inhaling all that dust too. Remember what he said to them? If any does not provide for his family, let me read it with this one and see how we put it. Where is it? Yeah. First Timothy chapter 5, verse 7, it says, people who don't take care of their relatives and especially their own families have given up their faith. You see, so when you give up your faith, you should stop providing for them. You were providing for them because of that faith. They claim to love you because of that faith. They claim to care about you because of that faith. The moment you depart, you give up that faith, you become their enemy. That's what is happening to you. They wrote it to make sure that's what will be going on. And that's why you see some people, although they already know the truth, they don't want to say it out. They don't want to say that they don't believe in this God anymore because their family will come after them. They will come against them. If there is any savings you have with them, they will eat it. Nothing will happen. You go to court, they have lawyer, they bail them. You call police, they have lawyer. The same thing I did. I went through human rights organization, went through police. They went there. My mother went there and performed. They released that idiot, my sister, my younger sister. They released her. Then they come back thinking they have won until they had that native shrine call them. Why will you go to shrine? You, all of you are evil. If you don't go to shrine, that's why even your politicians are doing all that nonsense they're doing because they know where will you go. You don't know. You're afraid of shrine. You know? Oh, if I go there, we die. You will still die. So why are you afraid? Go there and get what you need to secure yourself. Now you have all this kidnapping going on, unknown gunmen and all that. Military men molesting you, policemen molesting you. You don't have gun. You don't have money. Go and get yourself great Atiba. Have it. Have that root. Have that herb. It can save your life. It can help you, save you from police embarrassment, save you from military embarrassment. They see you, they say, okay, bye bye. They were doing bad things, they just see you, they move away. They say, let's go. We're not collecting money from here anymore. We have those powers, but where it is? What they're using is to chase money. Use it for Yahoo boys. Tell somebody living abroad to send money. They do whatever they do whatever they say. It's fair. It's natural. It's not a spiritual thing. Oh, invoke spirit. You know, there's nothing like invoking spirit. It's bullshit they made up. It's the powers we establish. If 2 or 3 of us or group of us can come together and say, you see, this thing is representing us. Anybody that touch this thing without our consent, so things will happen to that person. It will begin to happen. That's the power of humanity. Power you have. Power of nature. But they spiritualize it. Oh, it's spiritual. Yeah. You begin to be afraid of it. I'm telling you, it's from devil. All that evil they pronounce. My father was a Christian, that's a religious man, believing the prophets to his own detriment. My parents don't care about their children as they care about their religion, about Christianity, about God. That's why when I tell my father it's not God providing for me or giving me any money to send, he said that I am tying rope on my neck. He think it will happen. I will kill myself. But he died. He not supposed to die that time. And that will bring me to the next thing about my father. My father's supposed to be in America by now with my mother. Why are they not in America? Of course, I didn't go the way my father expected because a prophetess, according to what Emeka, my younger brother, told me, prophesied to my father that his son will build upstairs. So my father was expecting it's either me or Jimmy, the one in Spain now. So when you see, because that land opposite our house, my father said he was dragging it with somebody. He said, as his first son, and he talked to me, I said, if it's your land, fight for it. If it's not your land, leave it. That's all my life. I've been that simple like that. There's no problem too complicated when it comes to me. Common sense solution is there. You're in a place where they hate you. Why are you? What are you doing there? You have your two legs. Walk away from them. Go and look for people that understand you and live with those people. You can leave your town and go in another town and become citizen there. If it's correct word to use, live there all your life. Some people are living in the village that is not their village, and they will never tell their children where they came from. Now, because I didn't build that upstairs, like my father, boom, they get upset. So when I file for I tell them I want to file papers for them to come. My father said he's not coming unless I build upstairs. I said I'm not building upstairs. My mother did not even come because I wanted her to come. My mother came because her sister told her to come. Not because of me, because my father and my mother were like this. If they plan anything, you cannot stop them. That's where they stand. And that's why he heard them that our father died, because he's the one that has been covering all these things happening now. Things that are supposed to be problem for many years. You say, oh, why are you bringing it on that? But you are evil because you are not talking the truth about your family. No, it's a family matter. But in that family, they hide things. They don't say the truth. Okay, our kinsmen will settle. Those kinsmen, they want your family to fall. They are laughing. When I see my siblings going to all those people living around us, I say, these people are stupid. They don't know that those people we call our kinsmen, they also want bad thing to be happening in our family. I'm the only one that can bring them together and reset their mindset. And that's why when our father died, I went there. I called the kinsmen. They refused to come. It's my benefit because I wanted to kick out for them in the first place. It's amazing how our people hate the truth and woke people, but my validation is in the awakening and liberation of the mind that was once enslaved to Christianity. Thank you. Keep doing it. But remember, it is not easy. What I am doing, most of our people will never try it. They will never. You know what it means? Some of you may even have heart attack. You may be having nightmares. Do you think those challenges not coming? But when they come, I just say, Ebubedike. Ebubedike is not a title. It's not just a name. That's who I am. Ebubagu Nechagu. That's why my father did not come be in America. I didn't. My father came to America or in America, he would have not. He would have still be alive till today. He would be alive. How did he die? In the same land, these people are fighting because they don't think. Find out. I say I will do my investigation concerning that land. They think, oh, I'm coming because of land. Of course, it's my land, though. But I thought me and my siblings, we will live together, enjoy together, Then our children will be the one we go out to build. 6 rooms, I build it. 6 rooms and 2 parlors. That 2 parlor, one is family. The big one is family parlor. Then the small one is general parlor for visitors. But they didn't listen to me. They turned that big one into general parlor. And the small one is what? Where children play. And the children play everywhere. They don't care. Destroying things. Because it's not their money. And they never treated that house as their own. Of course, it's not their own. But I thought we were family. Then they think, oh, you can't do without family. You are stupid, especially in this time and age when people worship money. If I call 10 people, send $100 to them, they will bow, they will do whatever I want, including you. That is my family member and I am out. I just send $100 now. Don't you see that my stupid Onyinye younger sister? Somebody gave her 100,000 last year. She was dancing, making say that, oh, our mother is happy too that she said 100,000. 100,000. That is not up to $100. 100,000 only. 100,000 naira. Somebody, maybe the guy fuck her, or I don't know, whatever, how, no matter how. At her age, she's a mother dancing because of 100,000. That is not up to what I give to stranger people I don't know. And I have been giving to all of them. Every Christmas I used to share money. Every Easter, sometimes I look at my account, I see some money. Okay, I send. Emeka, give this person, give it. But even today, that Emeka is against me too. Emeka is fighting for Jimmy. Because he knows he's the only one Jimmy send money to do anything in Africa or in Nigeria. Because he wanted to be, he's not doing anything. He says he's a coach, coaching football. Football goes with age. But it's after he finished building the house, I was building that he get married. And when he was doing wedding there, he claimed it's his house. All his friends they were even persecuting my woman in the house I built. My woman will call me. I said, listen, this is family. She's my living witness. I never disrespected my family. I never planned any pattern against my family. They are the one that disrespected me and planned against me. But I am above all of them. And whatever they plan. And look at me, look at them. Look at me, look at them. Look at me, look at them, and call the results. But they think I will keep quiet. Oh, don't talk. If you talk, you mean, yeah. And anybody that say I don't know what I'm doing, fuck you and fuck whatever that make you say that. Idiot. That's why when they do it to you, you will die. Many of you dying in silence. You are dying in silence. Especially when you are over 50 years. Why are you still keeping quiet? When will you take your stand in your family? Say, listen, I'm no longer a child. I'm a man. I'm a woman. Wake up and stop believing their bullshit. My father was just as your parents are today. That your spiritual parents, that your religious parents, that your Christian parents, that your Muslim. Muslim is even worse. They will kill you just because you say you're no longer interested in Islam. Hmm? You see, Ben said that his own will pay his rent and they pay everything for him. Yes. That's any parents that disrespect his or her child or children because they don't have money. That parent is a stupid parent. It doesn't matter. And that parent is evil. You did not born that child with money. So why will money bring division between you and your... What you had my mother's voice record. He said she asked me money to go to hospital. I say no. How many of you can say no to your parents? How many of you? They raise you to say yes, okay, yes. Some of you didn't go to the extent of borrowing. I remember one time Adobe called me from Nigeria. When I was still going through divorce, I didn't tell them all that bullshit. I was handling my case. This lady opened her mouth. Whether maybe she thought maybe she put something in her tongue, so when he talk, I must do as she want. She said I should even borrow money for her to start business. I say, like I think that time she mentioned either 500,000 or 1 point something, or I have forgotten the figure she actually mentioned. But I didn't do that because I'm like, for example, she's not disabled, she's married. How can you, a young girl, after your parents train you in school, instead of you to go and find work and establish yourself, you jump into marriage? Of course, your parents like it. That's why when you are hungry, they push you into marriage. Hey, go marry, 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 marry. And you begin to suffer. I've seen some of my family members, I mean, like the children of my mother's children, they marry, they die. And just they die because of what they're suffering in that marriage. I've seen relationship ruin somebody that I like so much. She babysitted me, and the day she was dying, I'm in America. She was in Nigeria. I happened to be in my aunt's house when she called. She asked them to give me phone. She thanked me for what I have done for her, which no other person know except me and her. Those of you blowing trumpet, you think everybody's like you. Bullshit. No. Hmm. My father will still be alive today had he been, he just let go of that religious bullshit, come to America, live your life and all that. Remember the first time he fell, right? My mother came. We had issue. I said, my mother, you have to stay. At least you can stay like 3 years. At least you go once to Nigeria and come back again to make it 5 years so that you will fight for your children to come. My mother didn't do that because him, herself, and my father, they plan, no, come back, come back. My parents don't play with religion. No. St. John, ooh, St. Andrew, ooh. Go there and mention Ezebube from Ezebube to Ezebube. And all these my siblings running their mouth, they don't know I was the one that changed our family name from Ezebube to Ezebube. I call all of them 1 December like that. Open Bible, Psalm 24. This is what we are, King of Glory, Ezebube. That's our name. How many of you will change your father's family name when your father is still alive? My father agreed with me because I am his father. He knew that. That's why he named me Shadrach after his father. Because he consulted. They say, yeah, I am Ebubedike. Only my mother came. We fought in my aunt's house. She came to my house a couple of times. But you see the lie say that, oh, where I was living is not good. That's why I did not stay in America. Even if you are living in a hole in America, you are better than somebody living in a mansion in Africa. It doesn't matter how you see it or how you want to drag it. Ordinary somebody that don't have house, so he's working and sleeping in a gas station. That's filling station, we call it in Nigeria. He's a millionaire in Nigeria. Millionaire. But this person don't have house, so some sleep in a car that is not even their own car. Then after my mother went and overstayed, then I said, okay, let me reapply again for her to come back. She went to the embassy. They denied her visa. They said, if she has to come, she will do everything because she overstayed. I say no problem. My woman was suffering, taking care of my mother anytime she comes to Lagos. She has been to Lagos twice. First time she went and they gave her a visa. Then the second time she went, they denied her visa. I was the one sending all the money. They did not sell land for that. I was the one doing all that. How many people in that our area, their mother has been to America? How many people in that Okreza we came from? Among them there, I'm the only one driving new car. I don't know about others, unless they're living abroad. But the one I know, I'm the only one driving new car, new car, not used car, not to Kumbo. As we speak. There's something else was going on in there. Then I say, let me apply for my father and my mother. It's later I found out they say that, oh, that I do be tell them, agree. When you get there, maybe after 6 months, you come back, he cannot hold, he cannot stop you, America. You know, another thing, some people living in Africa, they think they know America more than people living in America. They think they know how America goes than you living in America. And I don't blame them because it's some stupid people living in America that make it like that to them. So they think it's like that. They can't speak up and tell them no. You see a man living in America suffering, then maybe he went to Nigeria and marry a woman, or here marry a woman, and the woman maybe the woman is making more money. The man used the money to go and build back home and take chieftaincy title. They are praising him, saying he's the one. The family be against the woman. The man will not open mouth and tell his parents and siblings, this woman is the one that is bringing this money. Many women are regretting in their marriage as we speak because of what I just said. Some of them said they will never bring a dime again, give to their husband because of what they experienced. And they are right. Their husband cannot stop out. In America now, they don't play. Women, just one phone call, get out. So every man respects you. Every man respects himself in America. My father abandoned his own ancestors for his imaginary creator, they call God, and the fictional savior, they call Jesus. Yet you have your mouth to say that I denied or I disowned my parents. I don't know what they mean by that nonsense. How can you say I disown my Christian parents when they abandoned their own African ancestors? Christianity is not their African ancestors' way. It's not. Any African Christian, African Muslim, African Jew has abandoned their African ancestors because those Abrahamic religion taught you against your ancestors. They taught you that darkness is evil. They taught you that light overpowered darkness. You believe that white people overpower black people. And you believe it's true. And you are praying, oh God, wash me in your blood. I will be whiter than snow. I want to be white. And you begin to bleach also. White movement that created self-hate in the brains of Africans. They hate themselves. They look at the mirror, I don't like what I see. They see the picture of TV, white people, oh yeah, that's great, that's elegant, oh sexy, I like that one, I'm gonna be that. Is it not why we are wearing their hair, they're not wearing our hair? We answering their name, they're not answering our name. We are dying to go live in their land, they're not dying to go and live in our land. All they are going to do is taking our resources. Claiming our land. To this extent, we don't know that America is African land, but we think it's white man land. No, it's the Indians, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Want me to be arguing with you? No, when I see the condition of my people, I don't need to argue with you about. I want to solve that problem. What can we do to liberate ourselves? We stop being under white people and free ourselves. What can we do? That's why we are here. So my father's expectation, oh, I haven't finished what I was saying about filing for them. I filed for my mother and my father again after they denied visa to my mother. They agreed to come now until I found out they had another plan that I didn't. It's recently I know what they were planning. Even that Oinye that is making mouth that went into prostitution and come back with a son. There was time I wanted to adopt that her son so that she can come to America. Remember, I tell you, because of my family, I refused to be desperate to have children. No, I say my siblings can have children too, so we are family. I'm telling you. You say it's crazy. No, it's not. Even with the condition I see in the world today, I will never have a child. I don't want to have a child. I don't want to have children in this condition. No. You born your children, they go to school, they teach them what is against your culture and tradition. They go to church or mosque, they teach them what is against your culture and tradition. And you're saying, we will not lose our language. You are lost already. All those things, you have lost all those things. The only thing you have not lost is yourself, because you must work or you cannot lose yourself, Africans. We are nature. Nature can never lose. Never. I fight for both of them till today, mysteriously. Let me use their language, mysteriously. At least I went to post office back because it was a certified mail. They balanced me my money, but all that documents till today, I have not seen it. And what do you call it? United States immigration. They did not call me say they receive it or not. No, because nobody saw it till today. And my father is late. Maybe I will use another person as father to call. Yeah, send me your father. So I will say, yeah, that's my father. No, they already know my father died last year in America, an American citizen. So another thing I want to share about is my father's expectation, which your father have, your mother have this thing I'm saying now. If they are Christians, if they are Muslims, my children will be providing for me. But you know that thing is against even their Bible. It is evil for children to provide for their parents. Naturally, it is parents that provide for their children. The only time children supposed to provide for their parents when their parents are too weak to work to provide for themselves. And if you are not the only child, why are you the only one carrying the burden? Oh, he's living in America. You know, he get money. No. All of you born by those parents supposed to together taking care of them. Some family do that very well. When something happen, if they have children, they will be rotating it. My child will go take care of my mother today. Then your child will go next month. They were doing that because they are family. No, it's my even our last born asked me that question. You know, it does. You know, when he's running his mouth. You know, as a lecturer, so he think when he speak grammar. You know, everybody, the last born, somebody I know, he was born in 1992 or 1993, there like that. Uh, for since my life, I never respected anybody because of their level of education or how much they have. Never. Ebubedike, never. Even when I don't have, you will think I'm rich. In those days, people come to borrow from me when I'm broke. But when I have money, nobody comes to borrow from me. I say, what is going on? Why is it when I broke, they see me as a rich person? And when I have money to spend, nobody sees me like that. That's me. Know yourself. My children, Second Corinthians chapter 14, verse 12, chapter 12, verse 14 is there. Stop reading only when his grace is sufficient for me. Read further. Verse 14 says, it is not children who provide for the parents, rather, it is parents who provide for children. So the children are not the fruit of your labor because you have to reap the fruit of your labor. Your children are not the fruit of your labor, just as nobody is fruit of your labor. Labor is what you do to feed yourself. You don't born children to feed yourself. You don't born children to establish yourself. That's why in Igbo land in those days, you must be established before you're talking about having a woman to have children. You must show to the kinsmen that you are able to feed yourself and those around you. Then that's when they will follow you to go and bring that woman. And they will make sure they also take care of your children. Because it's not only you and your woman that children are for. They are also for the kinsmen too. But do we see that today? Kinsmen are having competition among themselves. Go to their meeting. This one is going Anglican. This one is going Catholic. This one is going Pentecostal. Bullshit. And they say they are kinsmen. They divided you. You say you are united. No, you are divided. And you will see that, oh, you go to church, they're around there, idiots. It's better to go to shrine than to go to church. It's better to go to native doctor than to go to church. Why do you see women running to church? Because church got power. You can't touch themselves. Our church said this. Your husband talking, our church said this. The man shut up. Because the church can sponsor police or military men. They come and arrest you, lock you up. You be in prison, nothing will happen. That's why you need to fortify yourself. They come and arrest you, they get confused, begin to slap one another. That's the type of thing I want. Oh, Rosie said, what my parents are good for is to make children they can't care for. Some of these children have taken after their parents. Will I say almost all of the children, they take, because that thing is circle. Look at my siblings. They still cowering under my mother, although they are parents themselves. That's why my mother called and said, Shadrach and this woman want to kill me. Oh. They believe without even asking me anything. My immediate younger brother living in Spain, he was talking to my woman and said, do you know what he said to my mother? What he said? I said, see, at his age, over 50 years, you still talking, you are defending your father and your mother. Idiot. You are stupid. And you are living in abroad. Our people said I saw a traveler is wiser than the elders in the village. But that thing have not changed. Oh. Our people that travel, they are not anything wise. No, they are just going for money. They are not learning wherever they are living. If they are learning, our villages will not be like that. I talked with the chief of my village. I said, listen, don't be like your father. Change this so that when people comes from abroad, they will say, let me go and visit our chief. Let me buy car for our chief. That's how it's supposed to be. But people have eyes, they can see. You guys don't care about all these things. When you go there, a chief is behaving like dead fly. They are not fixing their land. You're waiting for politicians. Which politicians coming to fix your land? Then you stop voting. Whoever you will vote there will go and swear for you people in the shrine. He say, yes, whatever that is portion of this village, I must bring it to this village. You don't need anybody to do that for you. You can do this yourself among yourself. You telling me they are coming to kidnap people in your village and you have native doctors. You can go and say, what will we do to fortify this our area? Anybody that comes to kidnap somebody will be confused and we grab them like a rat in our house. They won't plan that. What their plan is, go to church, then money. Where is money? Oh, no, give me money now. Buy me a nice phone now. Do this. Give me this. They become leeches by faith. All they cry is give. My father had that expectation too, just like your parents. My children will be providing for me. I know somebody here in Orange Park, he told me, yes, you're supposed to be paying salary for your parents. Or to your parents. I do that. I said, I will never do that. For what? I will never do that. Why should I pay? I don't have a company. Why should I pay? Yeah, if your parents, maybe they sold land and send you or they raise money and do all that. Okay, you can do that. Maybe they were doing that. My parents was not paying me any salary when I was little. All the money I was making was for them too. So what are you saying? Never you try to treat your parents because you see somebody else treating their parents that way. You are not in the same shoe with that person. Cut your coat according to your cloth, not according to your size. Oh, that person is the same size with you, but do you have the clothes they have? No. Maintain and respect yourself. Most Africans are very entitled, of course. That our last born say, your parents is entitled for that. That's why they born you. Educated the fool, idiot. They born you so that you provide them for them. At what age did they stop providing for you? Ask yourself. Then since you are grown, how old are you? And you are still providing for them. And that's why all of you suffering. They like suffering and spending. Suffering and spending. Not suffering and making it. My father have that expectations like your parents have that God will bless me one day. And that never happened. I don't know how old you are, but I asked that to my father. I said, you've been praying to this God, but this God is not doing anything for you. He said, don't worry, God will still bless me. But I said, I'm your first son. I'm over 40 years old. And you're telling me that God will still do what? When? He died. That God did not do anything. God failed my father. God did not bless my father. God did not give my father anything. But you idiots, some of you idiots will say, oh no, yeah, that's why God gave you. Yeah, so you are the blessing God gave to your parents. No, I'm not a blessing to my parents. I'm not a curse to my parents. I am in this together with them, and we are living. Of course, I already tell you about upstairs. He said he will not come to America unless I build upstairs. And I did not build. He did not come to America. Better for me. This is why when that my sister, Onyinye, was living with me in Lagos, she eloped. One, one of the things my father said that really hurt me then was, I used her for money ritual. I must provide her. I have to leave Lagos for Bayelsa. When they said they saw her, but she ran. Maybe I don't know whether she saw me and ran away. The next thing we heard, she's in Libya. And she came back. Since she came back, she had been playing. It's now she started working sales lady. That's why somebody gave her 100,000. He was making posts on Facebook. 100,000, 100,000. And she had two brothers in abroad. Oh. You know how many phones Jimmy had been sending to these people? Every time. Please, I'm for. The only time is when I'm going to Nigeria that I buy things for them. Go with phone, all that. I used to do that also. But I stopped. They say, no, it's a cost. I should not stop. I stopped already. So they are late. What happened to my father, who served God with all his life, raised his children in the fear of God? God fed my father. My younger brother Emeka said he was having pain. They went to lab, then he died. God did not save my father. Jesus did not save my father. He died at the age of 78. And you know, to Christians, it's not full age. Full age is from 80 to 120. That's what Christians, Bible. God did not save my father. My father that, did everything for religion, for church. He preached God, he preached Jesus, he preached Bible. But his death took my mother and my siblings by surprise. But it did not take me by surprise because I've been saying that death can happen at any time. It's not a bad thing, it's not a tragedy, it's not a loss. It's a natural thing that happens to every living. You were born to die, and you died to be born again, to continue living, to die again. It's the circle of life that have birth and death. Birth and death are the same thing to you. I've been sharing it with all of us. If you like, take it. Are you talking about praying and fasting? Oh, my mother used to pray for me every Tuesday, saying she fasts for me. That's all she had. Not give me money. No, pray and fast. She pray and fast for her children. For God bless them. God do this. God do that. So that's why she believes, if anything, if it's going well with you, it is God. If it's not going with you, it's the devil. And when she heard that I don't believe in God anymore, she said, the devil. Has your mother called you Ekwensu before, or devil? I mean, on a serious note, I don't mean the one they talk out of like, no, I mean on a serious matter. You have your mother making complaint against you and say you are devil, you are worshiping idol and all that. Now I went to idol. They are getting offended again. You already say I'm worshiping idol. It's like what my SD said that made me say I must divorce her too. You accuse me of something, I tell you I will do that thing. To show you that you cannot stop me. And that's how it happens. Man. God and Jesus failed my father. Peter is Sarok, Oko Daibube. Congratulations. My father was helping all families around him. Anywhere they have family case, he will go there and bring peace among them. They look at my father. When he died, the church did not even give him the so-called befitting burial. December 31st, they did the removal of the monk cloth. How many people came there? How many people? The same thing will happen to you, religious people, unless maybe your family will rally around and do it. It's also camouflage. They are pretending. The burial of my father is supposed to be where people come, they be giving people gifts. That's how it's supposed to be. His level in Anglican Church, the bishop of Niger, diocese of Niger, whatever diocese, they're supposed to come for his burial. Did you see them there? Did you see them there? Yet my siblings will not think. Every Sunday they still go to church. One goat, this idiot Adobe used the money to buy for her husband to come and pass Magadia. The family did not enjoy the goat. They took it to church for Thanksgiving after the burial. Christianity taught parents to have selfish plans. They don't care about, okay, my son, what is your plan? You know, okay, so we will support your plan. My daughter is in Nigeria enjoying, clubbing and others. She sent me the videos. I said, oh, you see, I'm happy that I did not raise you as my mother and my parents raised me. I always tell her that. Even when I was coming to America, I thought I would raise her the same way they say Africans raise their children in America. Oh, when she finished elementary school, you send her back to Africa to go to school to learn something. Say bullshit. We run away from Africa, you send her to learn respect. No, let them learn how they live here. If Africa is great in inculcating discipline in children or bullshit, children don't need to be disciplined. Then stay in Africa and have children there. Why are you coming to America? Why are you coming to Europe? Why are you coming to Asia? You're having children there, and you say they're not respecting you. No, they are enjoying the liberty of that country that is not found in your land in Africa anywhere, where you maltreat children like you're slaves. It's in America, a child can call police and say, I don't want my children. Yeah, he leave or she leave. They can't say she must be there. You thought, oh, they beat me. They always beat me. Okay. That fuse comes in, he or she is gone. Stop putting unnecessary burden on your children. It is the religion that taught parents to demand all this nonsense, entitlement from their children. Their children are raised to have pity for their parents. This is the last one I want to talk about. That's why you see my siblings say they're fighting for our mother. You're fighting for our mother against me, your elder brother. Have I ever tell you that I'm fighting with our mother? Did you ask me what is going on between me and our mother? No. But just what she said as a cult leader, all of you follow him. Join him. Join her. Follow her. Because that's what Christianity has done to my family. They raise their children to have pity for their parents and ready to hate or fight for their parents. You heard that Adobe idiot, a married woman. Oh, I have the grace of my mother. It's since I cut myself from you that a curse is no longer following me. I don't know you are a curse. I'm a curse. Her first issue, the first child she had, I paid for hospital bills, everything. That child died. That's why I say even the dead is against her when it comes to my case. She born another one, I pay for the same thing. So she think maybe I'm under her spell or what. I'm older than her. I can never be under her spell or anybody's spell. Can never. This is why you see you fighting for your parents. Oh, you can insult me, but if you insult my mother, I will deal with you. You are stupid. Grow up. Let your mother speak for herself. Let your father speak for himself. Don't fight for any adult unless you want to die unnecessarily or hurt yourself, because you are the one that will hurt yourself. Stop being stupid. Stop being like your parents. Be yourself. Know who you are. What is your name? The names your parents gave to you are not your names. Find out who you were and begin to live your life. You are an eternal being, not a mortal being they made you or mortal nonsense. According